Well, hello. It's been a while, hasn't it? And I'm sorry. um, as you can see, if any of you are familiar with my past videos, my background is different. A little sadder at the moment. But basically, me and my husband bought a house. Biddy! I forget that I can put sounds in the video, but you know. But yes, we bought a house, and on top of that, I had a bunch of client work, all the other shows, and also went to the UK to visit family. I know this just sounds like a bunch of excuses, but that's why I've been away. It's just been YouTube on the priority list has been sort of down there, but I want to talk about priorities and all that when it comes to having a design business another time. So with that being said, let's talk about this video, and that is my first year of being a full-time artist. Now, admittedly, that title is a little smidgy bit of a lie because stick with me here. I've been working professionally as an artist for 9 years now, which is crazy. But the thing that makes this last year different, it's been my first year of doing Artist Alley and working on my business full time. Every other time, it's always been like this thing in the back where I'm just like, I'd love to do that one day. I'd love to get like into doing Artist Alley and shows, but I just never did it. And I was always working full time, either in a design studio or in a design department for companies. So the last year just went by was me like basically just being like thrown into it, which a lot of us artists actually are when I've spoken to them, and this will come up later on. This is all about that and what I've learned. So I really hope that this video will still be insightful for you if you're just coming into it or thinking about it, or maybe you've been doing it for a while and you still might feel like you're missing something or you just want another perspective. Either way, I really hope this video helps you and gives you some insight. As of recording this video, I have done 15 shows in total, and this has been a mixture of one-day local arts and craft shows to full-on 3-day long conventions with thousands and thousands of people attending. Each of these events have provided me food for thought on how I can improve my business and drive more sales and just become just like a better business person. So let's talk about what I have learned. Now, I'm going to start with something that might seem a bit obvious, but I feel like it's like really important and is at the top for me in terms of how everything has gone, and that is display is everything. So you may have the most beautiful artwork in the world, but if your display at these events just isn't showing that work and people can't see it, it doesn't matter how good your work is. You're not going to make the sales that you should be making if you had a display that actually like showed your work to customers and enticed them to come and visit you and buy from you. My last show at OhioCon 2025, and literally that's a week ago, yes, a week today of this recording, that's when I felt like my display had finally gotten to a point where I was like, okay, I feel like I'm getting this now. I know, 15 shows later, and I finally feel like, okay, this is working. I personally found that I have a balance between self-service and full service. And what that means is self-service is when a customer can like just pick up things and have a look themselves. And full service is when you do it for them and you really interact with the customer in that moment of sales. I found with the self-service, prints have been really good for that because customers get to have a feel of my prints and they like to feel the paper and check the print quality. Whereas the stickers, because stickers are so fiddly, I originally started with like a display case with all the stickers on, but I was constantly refixing it after every viewing, and things would get missed by customers all the time. The moment me and my husband made a display at Matsuri-Con where customers could point at the sticker and see all my stickers had options, the sales for them just like skyrocketed. And then, as I said, once I then had the prints being the thing that customers could pick up and look, it was just it just felt right. It just felt like that nice balance. So for me, improving my display now comes to then getting my branding into it. So, okay, I've got how things I want to laid out, but I need to make it more me. So for me, that means getting a tablecloth with my branding on, so my name, and I'm thinking of like adding my little ghosties and like pink cats and stuff. And then just adding other little like brand details of like around the store. So whether that be like sale posts or something, or just cute little details around, just to bring it all together. Because at the moment my display is very pink heavy, but I want to bring the purples more into it. I hope the takeaway of that is just, you're probably not going to get it right immediately, and that is fine, because different displays work for different artists. If you're a sticker first artist, you're not going to have the same display as a print first artist. It's a real, you got to experiment with what you want your brand to be, what you want to sell. My best advice for finding a good display is, I love going on Pinterest, look at all the photos that people uploaded of their displays, but also when you're at events, take note of everyone around you. You know, if you like how someone's display is, take note. Like, it's fine to do that. You're not stealing. Nobody owns the rights to the like Amazon squares and how the stuff has been displayed. Like, I can guarantee you it's probably all been done, so don't worry about it. My second main point is have a table maker. So what I mean by this is having a product that you know that sells really well, so it can guarantee that you're gonna get your money back for the table that you did for that event. Because as we know, like, depending on the event, they can go up to nearly $500. Actually, I've seen it even more than that. I think some of the really big events, if you're going for Artist Alley, I'm pretty sure I've seen $700, but for me, the average seems to be about $250, $300, which, you know, isn't small cash, especially when this is like part of your main income, and for some of us, our only source of income. So it's so important to get that hurdle done. For me, my table makers have been my cat portrait commissions and my cat stickers. For Youmacon 2024, I decided that I wasn't going to do the cat portrait commissions, as I wanted to experiment just how much of a hit I would take. Now, I know that's like really risky of me, and like looking back at it, I shouldn't have done it at that event, but I knew I was going away for Christmas, and so the thought of potentially taking on lots of cat commissions, just like, I don't know, I wanted to be fair to myself and to my customers, so I decided this would be a good event to experiment this at. And let me tell you, when I say that my table took a hit. If I decided to keep the cat commissions on, and even if I only got 5 out of the 10 cat commissions, a Youmacon would have actually been one of my more higher earning shows. It wouldn't have been my highest, but it would have been more up there with my respectful like profits. One of the things I found is very, very important is just making sure that you do obviously hit table, and if you got hotel and travel going on, to cover those as well, because if you can't cover that, the whole thing is like almost a complete loss. Granted, keep in mind that spreading awareness of your brand is a big part of this journey, especially in the earlier days. So even if you make just under or just over of getting your money back, that's still like a win and a good part. But making sure that you have something that you can at least cover yourself is, I would say, the most important thing in the first part of your journey, especially when you're still working out your stock and, as said, your like target audience. The next point is offer deals. Again, this might feel like a really obvious one, because of course you want to offer deals. Like, who doesn't love a deal? But trust me when I say you might not get it right immediately. And again, this is okay. This is what this video is for. A deal I've been running in particular, the last 3 shows that I've seen a huge difference in with my sale numbers, is a buy 4 get 1 free on my stickers. And this has absolutely encouraged my customers to get that 1 or 2 more stickers. It's, by the way, not enough just to have like the sign everywhere. So even though I was like, make sure your display is perfect, let me tell you, your little like sales deals and like little pop-up price things, they are secondary to your display when your customers are looking at it. So when customers are looking at your display, they're seeing your artwork first. any of like the little details like a price tag or your deals is secondary, because that's not really what they're looking for. So you really have to like also offer it verbally as well. So if you see someone who's having a hard time like deciding between prints or stickers, just mention this deal and be like, oh, by the way, if you get this, you can have it for this price, or you might as well choose one more sticker because then you get another one for free. It's made a huge difference. So I would absolutely recommend experimenting with deals. You're gonna notice a sort of theme here with like how obvious some of these sound, but again, like it might seem obvious, but they've been the most powerful points that I've found has made a difference. And this one is be friendly. I try my best to smile and say hello to everybody who like comes near my store. Like if they're like a few feet away, I'm not gonna shout after them, because you don't want to be desperate, might not be the right word, but it's more like you don't want to be disrupting that person's journey or day. If they want to come to your store, let them. But if someone shows even just like the faintest of interest, say hello to them. It can be really awkward, I know, and I know a lot of us in like the art scene, especially when it comes to more like the anime cons and all that, are quite awkward, but I found like the great icebreakers is just stuff like asking how their con's going, are they there all weekend, are they there just for the day, compliment their outfits or their cosplayers. So if you know the character they're cosplaying, like compliment it or say, oh my gosh, I love this show, or blah 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 blah, you know. Or if you notice them paying attention to a certain product of yours, going on that as well. So again, with me, with the cat stickers, when I notice someone is looking at my cat stickers, I like to ask, oh, do you have kitties at home? Oh, you like cats? Or, oh, you can see we're cat mad here. This nearly always leads to a conversation, which then I would say about 70% of the time usually leads to a sale. And at the end of each sale conversation, make sure you always offer your business cards so they can follow you on your socials, go on your shop. Just make sure that you're handing that over so that they remember you. Again, just be friendly, but don't push, because if you're pushing and literally being like a salesman, it's just really awkward, like, and not just for them, but for you, just basically everyone involved. Don't push, just be nice and friendly.
Sales is not hard. Here's what I do. I make my pitch, then I stare.
Next, we got being able to accept cash and card. I kid you not when I say at pretty much nearly every event that I've been part of, the cash and card payment has been about 50-50, with card being the most accepted, but so far, honestly, not that much. I used the Shopify tap and chip reader, and so far I've managed to be able to take all sorts of card payments. The only issue I've had at a show, and literally this has only happened like maybe once or twice, is someone asking if I accept Venmo, which I don't, which has been fine, because usually when I say no I don't, they usually just go and use their normal card or pay with cash anyway. I really haven't had many issues, but I cannot drill in how important it is. Please have both and make sure it's working. Make sure it's up to date like the day before. I can't remember what con exactly, but I was at a con where I forgot to update my tap and chip reader, and even though it really didn't take long to do, and it was right at the beginning of the con, which is always quiet because usually people don't head to the artist alley first, there was that moment of like pure panic. Like if I was somewhere that didn't have good signal or good Wi-Fi, I would have been in big trouble. So make sure you're completely up to date, and also make sure that you have enough cash with you. I ran out of ones actually at Youmacon, and thankfully my neighbor was nice enough to do a trade with me. So I think I gave them like a 20 and then they gave me 21s back. So please make sure you have these things prepared. My final what I've learned point is make friends. During my time doing this, I have met a bunch of lovely artists who are also in the same boat as me, you know, just trying to make a living from our craft, and some of which I can now confidently call my friends. It's been absolutely lovely. It might sound cheesy, but it's been a huge plus to do all this hard work and in return just feel like you're part of a community. You can learn so much from each other, like what shows are on, which ones are worth applying to and which ones are not, and like, you know, which ones just to stay away from because of a bad reputation maybe. Learning about what tactics, and again when I was talking about displays, getting advice on how to display things better, motto or what deals are working. It's good to have that community feeling where you can talk so confidently to each other because you're all in the same spot. These are all conversations absolutely worth having, and for me it's just felt so lovely to meet a bunch of people who want to see you succeed and vice versa, because there's such a good like feeling of like pride when you see an artist that you've befriended who's trying to make it through of all this and trying to make a living, and whether if they've hit like a bunch of followers on a social media or made a brand deal somewhere or they're getting stopped somewhere, there's just this feeling of pride of just like I love it. It's just so good. Please make friends, because you're going to see, I can guarantee it, you're going to see a lot of the same faces around, especially if you want to keep it local, because keeping it local is so crucial in the earlier parts of this journey because it's so expensive to do this. And those have been my key points to this journey so far. There is definitely a bunch more, but these felt like the ones that are actually useful and like just crucial to understand and talk about, as they have been the points that I feel has also helped me the most grow as an artist who is like running her own business and trying to build her brand. 2025 has been a great start so far with 2 successful cons and a growing client work behind me. It's just so exciting, and I'm so happy to be sharing this journey with you and growing and hopefully helping you either grow your own business or understanding if this is for you or not. Just it's just lovely to share this because it's also a form of like reporting for myself, because I'm hoping I can one day look back at this and see how much I've grown since I started this journey. I'm so happy to be back. I'm really sorry again that I've sort of been missing in action. I want to do a video to cover business priorities. It's definitely up there because it's kind of linked to this video, how it's just about how growing your business and learning what's important. And for me, doing YouTube weekly just isn't a priority for me at the moment. With this being said, that doesn't mean I'm gonna do this video and be like, okay, bye guys, see you in a few months. I'm really hoping to hit a 1 YouTube video a month, even though it's already like nearly halfway through February. So kind of like missed that goal already. But we'll ignore that. It's fine. It's fine. 2025 is still our year. We've got this. With this being said, please do like and subscribe and comment 2025 if you don't know what to say. Also, if you do want to leave a comment, please just share like any experience you've had with being an artist who does shows. The reason why I ask this is because the algorithm loves comments. So it's really, really important for smaller YouTube channels like me to get these comments so that more viewers can see these videos. Your support as always means so much to me. I am so glad to be back. I know I said that, but it's so true. If you wish to support me further, you can find my Ko-fi where I offer exclusive content and discounts for my online store kirstys.com, which also, by the way, most of the products, if not all of the products you saw in this video, will be available on my store there. Again, super happy to be here. I really hope this video helps and I can't wait to see you soon. Bye guys, bye.